Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and this is my newest segment of Markets to Look Ahead. And we have a lot to talk about, some big news over the weekend. Let's put this into perspective here real quick. Now, look, before all of you get up in arms about this, and I know some of you will, I'm talking from a market standpoint, what I'm about to say. So, President Trump did act on his threat, and I applaud him for this, I really do, to sidestep our do-nothing Congress and help the American people with some kind of stimulus here. Look, we are in the middle of the biggest charade that has ever been played on the people, and we're talking about on a global scale in history. This COVID-19 thing is it's incredible. They've literally killed the global economy for a virus that has and I'm going to put this together, no matter what age you are, no matter what sex you are, or comorbidities. If you pile this together, it has a better than a 98% chance of survivability. All right? Congress couldn't get a darn thing done with regard to helping the American people. Meanwhile, what are they doing? Pouring tens of billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars into establishing the corporate agenda and the merger of this new American government. Big Pharma alone in the last couple of weeks has got at least, we had Sanofi and Pfizer. They alone got $9 billion, and Sanofi is a French company, all right? All these big pharmaceuticals are getting billions of dollars to develop a vaccine, which may not even work. Now, all of a sudden, it's kind of funny. People are up in arms because President Trump decided to act on his threat to sign an executive order to help the American people. Since when these kinds of people, let me explain this to you, okay? These kinds of people don't give a damn about the law or about freedom or about liberty. They just want to, frankly, bitch about something here. Since when does any of this matter to people? People don't care. They're participating actively in a COVID charade on the world, and they're wearing their new world order device and listening to the tyranny and the rules that are being dictated to them. Oh, but that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. But if President Trump decides to act and help the American people here, it's unlawful. It's against the law. Really? Come off it. All right, with that said, the fact that the president here has taken action is stock market positive. Would you imagine it would not be? So look, with regard to this market, and I know I just went off here on a little bit of a rant, but really, people don't give a damn about the law. They don't give a damn about liberty or freedom. All they care about right now is who they want to complain about, okay? It doesn't matter, again, who sits behind the Resolute desk. You all know that. They can put a farm animal back there, and it'll be the same thing, all right? They're puppets. But again, look, American people here are hurting. Homelessness here in Las Vegas is exploding. Every corner, pretty much, has a person out there holding up a sign, please, I need help. And this is not just a phenomenon here in Vegas. It's all over the country. We got food pantries that are getting sucked dry. They can't keep up. But again, this is an engineered, deliberate economic meltdown. And the stock market keeps going up. And you can count on that continuing to happen as the easy money pours in. You've got Fed Kashkari again coming out over the weekend explaining that we need another total lockdown here in America for about 6 weeks. Think about what I just said. You got a Fed president here, because they have an agenda, talking about a total lockdown. Again, way worse than now. He's talking about a complete lockdown because we got to get rid of the coronavirus. No, so they can finish what they started here. They've already killed 50% of the businesses here, small businesses here in America. Corporations are as strong as they've ever been. 51 million Americans out of work. And Larry Kudlow, and I guess the president, want you to believe there's a 10.2% unemployment rate. You got to be kidding me. It's a charade. All this is. It's a lie on a scale that is hard to get your freaking head around. But again, going back to these markets, Good. They're going to play their game, and we can't stop it. We cannot stop it. I've told you this a million times. So we, if you can get this crap out of your head, are going to play our game. And what is our game? It could not be more simple. Understanding that central banks have no choice but to continue to inflate because that's their grand plan. They want to inflate. The Federal Reserve is fulfilling their destiny to become the lender and buyer of last resort by the entire world. Why do you think Fed Kashkari comes out here saying we need another shutdown, total lockdown for 6 weeks? That would allow them to really get in here and just flood the world with more debt. That's their only product. Look, let me tell you something about lawlessness, okay? And I've covered this before. If President Trump really wanted to make a difference, he would cut off the ability of the Federal Reserve to issue $1 single of more debt. That would kill the Fed in the blink of an eye. You people, I think if you follow my blog, you understand that. But the Federal Reserve's product is debt, and every dollar of debt that they're called upon or allowed to create out of thin air makes them exponentially stronger. Again, going back to Fed Kashkari, that's why I want to shut down the economy for another 6 weeks. People, it's so obvious. It should be totally obvious to you. But so what do? We do what we've been doing here. Betting against his debt, becoming your own central bank, holding a hard asset. Look at the price of gold. Look at the price of silver. Look at the price of cryptocurrency based in dollars, like I've been explaining to you. This is no secret. Shouldn't be a surprise to not one of you that follow my blog. I foretold this from how long ago? I don't even know. And we haven't seen anything yet, and I mean nothing with regard to these assets. Do they need a pullback? Let me ask you, because you know how the market works. I cover it all the time. An asset goes up on a parabolic move. You pull back to a support level and you go higher. Do we or do we not need a pullback here with gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies? Absolutely we do. Are we going to get one? Well, that depends. It depends on what happens here with the dollar. The dollar is getting decimated on an epic scale, and everyone's talking about it now. The dollar's dying. The dollar's dying. The dollar's dying. That's what they're all saying now. Where were these brain dead individuals? I don't know, a couple of years ago. They couldn't foresee this happening? No, because it's not, you know what it is? It's the same syndrome. Nobody knows until everybody knows. All right, but you, by following this blog, you knew light years ahead of everybody else where this is going to go. And what does this mean for the stock market? It will inflate, just as I've been explaining, with the Fed balance sheet. Our economy doesn't matter. We have no economy. We're dead. So if you want to listen to the lies being spewed out of the mouths of people like Larry Kudlow, people like the president, okay, now I'm going to call them out here, and Steve Mnuchin, all these creatures, okay, well then you bought the lie. What can I tell you? I feel sorry for you. I really do. But if you understand the mechanism behind this, the charade that is being played on the world here, why this virus here was actually released, who actually released it and who's benefiting from it, well, then you understand the bigger picture. But if you can't get that out of your head and you are indoctrinated and you're just a zombie walking through time and space, not even knowing what you're doing, who you are, or why you're doing it, then you're done. This is a culling on an epic scale, on an absolutely epic scale. Don't know another way to put it. All right, so look, being that President Trump did fulfill his promise or his threat here to sidestep our do-nothing loser Congress, they're good for nothing, all of them. They all got to go. They all got to go. They all got to be fired, including the president, too, because he's been playing the charade on everybody for the longest time, okay? And it ain't going to change under Biden or anybody else, let me tell you that. Let me just get that out there. You all know that. This is the new world order. The military-industrial complex has won, and the people lose. You think I'm wrong? Look around you, and you tell me if the people are winning here. Not just here in America, but around the freaking freak show world. And they're marking everyone with their New World Order emblem, the mask, across your freaking face, and you will wear it. It's insane. People, I don't know what else to say here. So again, this order here, this executive order by the president is indeed stock market positive. Keep your eye on the 10-year yield. You want to see how this is going to play out tomorrow? Watch the 10-year yield. If we get a rise here in the 10-year yield, if we get a rise in the 10-year yield, it will be like a sigh of relief to this market, at least for a short period of time. But the market is dependent 100% on the promise of even more debt. Henceforth, why the Federal Reserve has the world by the throat here. They have a boot on all of our throats, and there's no way to stop them. No way, shape, or form to stop this institution now that is the strongest institution the world has ever known. There's nothing that even comes close to the power right now of the dark side, and that is the Federal Reserve. I detest. I don't even know if that's the right word. It's disgusting and revolting to me that this organization is allowed to continue and do what they're doing, creating more debt and more debt every single day, inflating their balance sheet so the stock market can grow with it, only to set this all up for a major reversal on a scale that people aren't even going to believe when this whole thing really becomes real. But that's something else we'll talk about in the future. Look, long video, but look, I know some people are going to be triggered here. They can't stand hearing it. They just don't understand. Either they're just so locked into I'm on this side of the aisle, or I'm on this side of the aisle, and then you're on the wrong side, that, and they can't get out of it. Watch the comments here. Watch the comments here, and you'll be able to pick out who are the brain dead. Very, very simply. All right, with that said, look, I'll see you all in the morning. Going to be an epic week, a freaking epic week. And, of course, the Freak Show will continue. This guy loves you a lot. Share the video, please, and I'll see you tomorrow.